Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another video or a podcast, I suppose, because today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I have two lovely gentlemen right next to me here. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Amar, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm IMARTUBA. I'm I guess Smash content creator. I do other stuff too, Pokemon, but mostly Smash. And I'm glad to be here.
I'm JAZARA, also a Smash content creator, also an editor as well. I work with Fresh Cut, Turned Down for Walt, and a couple other channels making Smash content. I've been playing for almost 10 years now. I got a lot of experience in the competitive community. I'm happy to be here.
All right, and then you'll probably know me because it's on my channel, but I am Fruitblog, and this just right now. Fair warning, I swear I will have a webcam by next episode. I just ordered it on Amazon and they screwed me over. So next episode, definitely gonna have a webcam. But today, we're just gonna be getting into the meat and potatoes. There's actually a lot of really interesting stuff that went down this weekend. And I want to start by talking about the Carmen Core event because there's probably the least to talk about there. But also, it was really, really good. For those of you who don't know, it was Carmen Core. I think they had League, they had Valorant for both Game Changers and the normal team. They had Rocket League, and then they have what we care about, which is Smash. And they're going to have Kurama as their only player, and they're going to be playing against the French gauntlet of Nader, Raflo, and Gluto. And it was very, very good.
And that crazy arena as well. That thing is so nice looking.
The arena, they had 30,000 live people in the arena. It was insane. It was actually crazy.
I believe I had it on here. Give me 1 second, and I'll get you the stats for sure. But it was averaging 137,000 viewers. It peaked at 149,217, and that was against Kurama against Glutony. But Nader OU against Nader OU and Rawflow rather brought in over 130,000 viewers, dude. That is freaking crazy.
It's crazy for that getting that many viewers.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really important, like those kind of events, where it's like you kind of said, there's other games there, things like that. But I feel like whenever Smash gets included in that kind of stuff, especially like this many years into the game, I think it's always like a breath of fresh air. Like it brings so many eyes onto the game that like maybe don't even know about the competitive scene, and it really helps the game grow. So it's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I just want to use this time to talk about Europe as a region, because I have been so impressed by Europe, especially after Terra. They really performed at Terra.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But Gluto, everyone knows about Gluto. We're not even going to talk about him. Bloom, I also think everyone knows about Bloom. I want to talk about Quick. That guy is ridiculous, and people do not talk about him.
He's cracked, bro. He's been cracked. He's been cracked.
What was it? It was the event. It was the Invitational that MKLeo won. He got second at. I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
Carabina?
Yes,
was it that?
Carabina. Okay, he popped off the event so hard. And then he did pretty well at King of Fields too, if I recall.
He got fourth, I want to say. Fourth or third. Yeah, he beat Kurama.
Yeah,
Kurama
got
eliminated by Samus.
So, yeah. I was a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
Tarek as well. I've been very impressed by Tarek.
Yeah, Tarek's insane for sure. He's I mean, just in general, he said like Europe, it seems like we're seeing more and more like of European players just doing well everywhere, and like more European players traveling in general too. We see that a lot, even I think there was with Terra, right? With the free trip to Rise and Grind, we're getting a chance to see more players. Kind of travel over here.
Did you guys see what happened? What ended up happening with that?
Yeah, I did.
Who'd they send in? I know they played Pokemon.
So it's Adrian something. I have it linked on here.
He's gonna win the event.
Yeah, 110%.
No, not if I go. I got it.
not if I have anything to say about it.
Gotta go invade.
I think they are still flying big chunks out to a different event, which is good because he definitely deserves it.
Yeah. Well, I think they said if I'm not mistaken, they're flying him out next year. I think they said. I think they agreed on that. Okay. It was something like that. Like they'll fly him out to an event basically.
Yeah, I believe they said they'll compensate him for any event he wants to go to in 2024. So
overall, pretty win-win situation, I would say, considering like at first everyone was kind of like, what are we gonna do here? Like, kind of awkward, but yeah, I think it worked out. So,
I was really hoping that they would end up giving it to Rawflow. I know technically SPR wise or whatever, he didn't place the highest, but he really overperformed his seed, and he was kind of the person that stood out to me the most that event. in the past, he's beaten Glutony before, one of the few Europeans to break his streak of dominance there. But when
Yeah.
he's come out to the US, it's been a little shaky. He plays really badly at Double Down. I think he lost to like Comet, the Fox player,
Yeah.
and somebody else. He did not place too highly at that event, but his Palutena was so clean, dude. He was playing so great. I had a really great time watching him. I love some good Palutena play.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And there's a lot of good Palutena players, like you said. And it's just weird to me, it's like I feel like the metagame is like always shifting. Like, yeah, like, it's we got Steve and Kazi there, everybody's worried about that and all that, but it's like we're starting to see kind of a resurgence with a lot of those, original characters that were really like relevant at the start of Ultimate. And it's nice to see that again,
Yeah, I feel like event after event, we're seeing the top 8s be base roster characters.
Yeah.
Once we get top 64, that's where you're seeing the fighter
Yeah.
pass 2 characters really thrive. But in the top 8, it's been the same guys holding it down for the most part. You'll get your, Kazuya here, a Steve here, the Aegis,
Yeah.
of course. I feel like Aegis is the character that's really locked into that
For
spot.
sure.
But
Yeah, well, there's just so many people secondary her as well.
yeah, exactly. You got like 4 top 10 players who use her secondary here.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Also, I want to shout the fact that Palutena was supposed to be worse than Incineroar. That was the debate at the start of the year. And now Chase is farming, Luis won, Gateway Legends, Jagaimo's crazy, Rafflo, we already talked about him. He got 13th SmashCon as well. Like, Paula is doing probably the best she's ever done, like, excluding when Nairo was, like, super competitive with the character, just the general player base.
Right. And when DeBuzz was playing her as well, at the beginning of Ultimate, that's probably when she was the best. But right now, like you said, there's probably like 4 or 5 Palutena players in the top 50 or top 100, which is really that's impressive right now in Ultimate.
Chag is good too. I forgot to mention.
Chag,
Chag, and then like with Incineroar, like I think the reason why that was kind of an argument is kind of like we saw Incineroar with SkyJ like hit the peak, right, which was higher than what most Palutenas were doing. But he's like the only one, you know what I mean? Like there's like SkyJ, and then there's like 4, maybe 5 Incineroars that are also really good, but just not on that quite that level.
Yeah.
And then everybody else. Whereas like Palutena, like you said, there's so many representatives now that are kind of just up there, and now they're getting those results, that are kind of where SkyJ's at, or if not better.
It's insane.
Yeah,
I think Proof made a video about that actually, but just to touch on it again real quick.
Thank you for the plug.
Yeah.
My God.
I think at the end of the day, the conversation really came down to like variance within a character, right? Like Palutena is probably like, if we're going on like a number range, she's gonna be like a 50 to a 60 on a normal day. Incineroar could be 5 or he could be 85. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just you got a lot better chance to place badly, but you also have the chance to pop off and cheese a bunch of people as well. And we saw SkyJ do that. Not saying SkyJ cheesing people.
Careful.
I think we all know what Incineroar is about out here to get dubs, okay? So, impressive stuff. But I think Palutena is very obviously the better character.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, it's the thing about Incineroar, like Incineroar has the potential to like do insane things, but he does have some very bad matchups. Like it kind of is that bracket luck character,
100%.
Also, just really quickly on the topic of low tier heroes, I need to talk about Toraguri because this guy just won a wave. I think it was wave champion 4. I'll look it up right now with Banjo-Kazooie, which is crazy. Yeah, it was wave champions 4 in 2023 solo Banjo over players like Chicken, Takai, Takara, Matsunabe, like just.
No, that's insane. I know that those might not be like the big like the A-list players out there in the Japanese scene, but that's nobody to
I mean, Takara was top 50 on Lumi rank.
Takara, player slander right here, okay? Takara, people just are not good against Ken, bro. If everybody was good against Takara, he wouldn't be in that top 50. That's player slander right here.
Damn.
First of many from JAZARA.
First
of many hot takes from JAZARA.
10 minutes in, already a bridge burned. That's all right. And I think, let's move on to our next event. I want to talk.
You an OG, though. You've been out here doing it, so I can't diss you too hard, but.
Give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Pearl 2 as well, really briefly. because unfortunately, even though it was China's first B tier event, there were no Chinese players that ended up making the top 8. So I want to focus mainly on the top 3, which is going to be Matara in third, Neo in first, and then Kamehameha in second. I don't know why I did the order like that, but I've been very impressed by Matara as of late. If you guys don't know who he is, he's the guy that beat Mia at Kagura V10, which is crazy. Then another region that I will look up right now.
Yeah, and then overall, like even just with Neo, for example, like just seeing the results from that was what SmashCon, I believe.
Yeah, SmashCon.
With all the Corins, all that. So it's nice to see Corin kind of work that way up.
What do y'all think of Corin?
Just another Fire Emblem character. I don't know. I don't know. Like me personally, okay. Like maybe I'm biased. Like I've just never been a huge fan of like sword characters. And I mean, the thing about Corrin though, I will say Corrin. Corrin definitely feels different from any other Fire Emblem character. Obviously, you have like Pin and things like that. So it's kind of interesting to watch Corrin. That's a character I do like to watch more so than like Byleth or even like Pyramithra. I don't really find those characters entertaining personally, but it's always exciting to see new characters, start to get results.
100%. And I think, Corrin's kind of become a conversation point within the community. We've been seeing Corrin, pop up, more and more. Obviously with Neo, like Proof said before with MK Leo in the past, but we've just been seeing her pop up Shattuck. How can I forget Shattuck? He's been out here doing it as well.
Right, as well. Beat Spargo at SmashCon.
Exactly. Like Corrin, the results have just been going up. I feel like it's a character that people either slept on or were like, this character is insane. Why does nobody play them? Feels great moving around with them. Insane frame traps. Devastating advantage state. Like in this state of ultimate, you're either timing them out or you're killing them super quick. So being able to do that is definitely a great attribute.
I feel like the only time people have talked about Corrin was like that 2-week period where Cosmos was farming online events during quarantine.
Yeah.
And then no one talked about her again until SmashCon.
Yeah, pretty much. I was about to say that like what the whole thing was Cosmos debating to play Corrin or not again. And that's like the last time I've heard of Corrin.
He's been debating that, dude. I don't know what Cosmos is doing, man.
I don't know either.
Gotta focus on Inkling.
I believe no.
I believe it's
Inkling's tough. I feel like if anyone can make, I mean, Inkling's actually doing pretty well right now considerably. Shiryuki's kind of farming. Showers gets top 3 at Mizuma top 14. Space won Smash Contest Okami, I believe, but he does it in Aegis main.
And like nobody here plays, like almost nobody here plays Inkling. Like it's one of those things where I mean I feel like Cosmos is a good enough player to like figure out who he wants to play, but I feel like it's definitely one of those things where it's like okay, like I feel like he's juggling a lot of characters, and it's kind of like you put your full focus into a character that like you got results with that nobody even plays anymore. I feel like that that can make him go far. I don't know, but
yeah,
I mean his other characters are always like good enough to secondary. I feel like you can always have a Pyramith or secondary, which we'll get into that topic a little bit later, I think. But
the Pyramith or secondary OD.
Yeah.
I will say. JAZARA hot take number 2, bro. Inkling sucks, bro. Inkling sucks. Cosmos is
not a hot take. That character is trash.
Jump on the platform. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do?
Inkling is, I don't know.
Gosh.
It's like Inkling's literally the antithesis of Kazuya. I don't know if that's the right word. Anti-Kazuya probably would have been better phrasing. Like you have the neutral, but that's it. Kazuya has the kill, but that's it.
And that's it.
That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, when you put it like that, yeah.
Alright, and then I want to move us on to our final big event of the week. Or do you have something to say?
One more thing about that. Shoutouts to the Japanese Smash scene for always being so open to traveling and going out to other events around the world. We've seen Kameme specifically, man. China, I think Indonesia, the Middle East, different parts of Europe, the US, Mexico, Canada, like bro's been around the world. So just shout out to the Japanese scene for always being out here and supporting the worldwide scene, even when they're heavily favored to win it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I wonder why Japan is so good. Oh, what's that? They're going to all the different regions and playing against all the different play styles? That's weird.
It's crazy. And I mean, the other thing to consider too, like with traveling, like there's just so much that goes into it, like it's all the kind of external like factors, right? Like sleep, jet lag, all that kind of stuff. And it's like you have to constantly, get used to that. And so it's really impressive to see, in my opinion, any kind of consistent results to people that travel a lot. Even like when you look at Europe, like Gluto coming to America all the time, and then next week going to France and doing what he did at Terra. You know what I mean? Right after the tournament in Mexico, Delfino Mazza, just very impressive overall.
100%. Yeah, no. And they always talk about the work culture in Japan or whatever, and I don't know how many of these guys are playing Smash full time because I don't know if Kameme, like, I know he has a family and stuff. Like, I don't know if he got a job. Like, he's at too many, like, he's at too many events. Like, does he have a job as well? I don't know what's up with that.
I was gonna say it's because they can't make money from events, but it's not like American players make money from events either, right? So I guess sponsors are probably sponsors and streaming. Oh, there's the cameo of the cat, the vicious one.
The battle scars.
Speaking of Japan, actually, we have our major of the weekend, which was Sumabato SP Ultimate, won by Akala. Not really a surprise there, but in second place was Ron, and he went nuclear here. And I think this was his 5th event of the year. Didn't even top 16 any of the other events. All of a sudden, just absolutely farms this one.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, Ron is the Japanese online GOAT of Smash 4 and Ultimate combined. I believe Smash 4, he was ranked number 1 on their online ladder for basically every single season and was ranked number 1 for multiple seasons in Ultimate as well. Consistently been high on there. Doesn't travel too much. He was ranked on the first PGR, I believe, number 50 Second one, got it. Yeah, so he's definitely performed offline, but the guy's a legend. So for me, there's no surprise here that he was able to pull up and get a result like this.
Also, I should say he did win Sumabato SP35. Really quick, just want to correct myself.
There we go.
He beat Mia to get to Grands, right?
He 3-0'd Mia to get to Grands.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, I think Mia, honestly, he wasn't even playing bad in that set. I just think he was deflated because he absolutely should have beat Akala. But to 3-0 player of Mia's caliber is unreal.
Yeah.
And also, he 3-0'd Ryuo with Doc.
That's
Shout to Dr. Mario.
Mini Kazuya right there. We'd love to see it.
Mini Kazuya.
I've been playing a lot, dude. Doc is so fun, man. That character, like, it makes me so happy to see Doc do well. Like, even even though like we don't see Doc too often, obviously, he's one of those pocket characters that I feel like everybody's just excited to see.
I feel like everyone loves Doc.
Yeah.
Some good Doc play for sure. Shouts we got players like JAZARA.
He has been he got like 3rd at Coinbox. Bacon's good.
Bacon.
Who was the Japanese Doc? Is it Sumo Suto? Not actually sure. I'll find that out. But Doc, very good character. I also want to shout out Raraccoon, who ended up getting 4th place using mainly Luigi, but he does have Steve and DK secondaries, but I'm pretty sure this event was like pretty much solo Luigi. Again, Luigi is a character that I feel like should not be doing well in the meta, but then Luigi exists, and then Raraccoon's doing well. Waka's really good. Kirash, Guy. There's so many good Luigi players out there.
Yep.
Luigi's another one of those characters like Incineroar, where just high variable stuff going on. But if you're good enough, you can grab him enough. You know what I mean? You can make dreams happen.
Yeah, definitely one of those matchup check characters. If you know how to play against Luigi, just kind of camp him out. Like it's.
Oh yeah.
But if you don't, then it's not going to be a good time for you.
Also, on the topic, I need to ask you guys a question.
Sure.
Okay.
I think Mia's going to be the best player in the world by 2024. JAZARA might cut out there, or his little thing cut out, but he's got some internet issues. He'll be back there. I think Mia's going to be the best player in the world by mid-2024. What are our thoughts on that?
You said Mia best player?
Yeah. I think he is so good at this game. It feels like
he has been on the rise.
He just makes the correct choice so often, and he's doing that with Game & Watch, which is such a mashy character. But it feels like his accuracy is crazy with his moves.
He just don't miss. Like his advantage is great. He knows how to follow like top level players like crazy, which is hard. Like to track people down in general. Be able to do it against people of that caliber, especially characters like Steve, Pyra, and Mithra that have different options and disadvantage that make them tricky to combo and follow up against. He's all over him. It don't matter.
Yeah, honestly, I can kind of see it as well because, I mean, you got to think about it. I feel like almost out of anybody in the world, like who has the most matchup experience against these characters like Steve, like Kazuya. Like I feel like Mia is one of those players that like not only does he have that experience, but a lot of times he either wins or has the chance to like beat a lot of these like really good players. And just overall, like you said, like the character that he plays is just there's a lot of crazy things he can do with that character, and I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Go Mia, pushing the narrative.
So for me, I don't know about number one in the world. I feel like we got some other players who are coming up right now as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Like
Will he be in the conversation like he is right now? Because I feel like he's in the conversation for number
Yeah, I think
one,
so.
100%.
I think right now can't even have a conversation just because Akala has no bad placements and Mia and Spargo do.
Okay. For me, there's a difference between best player and number one rank. You know what I mean?
I do
I
actually.
feel like
That's super valid.
Yeah.
That's super
me,
valid.
I feel like Mia has the skill at least to be the best player. But Akola, I agree.
I get
Dude,
behind that.
dude is he's too good.
Yeah.
The fact his worst placement is top 8 at Genesis is not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with a lot with that. You know, as far as like being number one and being the best player, that's definitely a conversation to be had. And it's kind of something I've talked about previously, especially with somebody like with Leo. You know, I feel like if he had the determination, the focus, the want to like be number one, I feel like at the very least he'd be like in that conversation. I mean, he's obviously like still kind of in that conversation, but you know his placements recently have been great. But I feel like it's because you know he's focusing on other things too. Like he's making a career out of this. You know, not just focusing on you know being number one, whereas a lot of other players are really just focusing on being number one. So I definitely think that that's a conversation to be had. Because yeah, I feel like he could be the best player and not be ranked number one for sure.
Yeah, with Leo, it's just hard. You've been grinding
Yeah.
for that long because you got to think about it. Like, it's not even just ultimate in Smash 4 as well. He was actively competing for number one as well. So it's been like 6-7 years that he's been out here like really trying his ass off to try and be the best player, and he's able to prove it again and again. Even at Genesis, he was able to do it. Like, he's chilling. I feel like he's at the point where he's very much on he's on his zero arc right now, and to Smash 4 Zero, where he's just like, I'm good. I'm making.
I mean, yeah, you've kind of been there, done that. Like, there's nothing else to prove. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's kind of reaping the benefits.
And quit on the community, but
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Leo, good guy.
Yeah. For sure.
The Leo slander's crazy. Like, Leo fell off. He's so washed, and he's still top 10 is insane to me.
Bro, yeah, don't call my goat washed.
He's so good.
He will pull up right now and beat you. Every individual in your house could plug in a controller, and he will beat you guys all on the same team.
And he'll be on his phone.
One, and he'll be on his phone, bro. He's gonna be streaming it, content, YouTube short. Luminosity Gaming, bro. Stop playing.
It's crazy to think about how different the top game could be if Leo super tryhard, if Mars was super tryhard, if Bloom, Quid, Didi could go to everything. This game could be so insanely different.
For real, dude. I think Mars is he's the biggest one in my head where it's like, dude, just try, bro.
Please. Save Smash.
Dude, okay. Tell me if I'm wrong. ZSS matches into Fire Pass 2 decently, at least like Steve and Kazuya in my head, right? She got the mobility, she got the combo game like against Kazuya, the mobility especially. Steve, I don't know if her tools are that great, but Doorstop keep beating Onin, Mars beat Onin. Maybe he just sucks against ZSS, but I keep seeing that happen, so I gotta believe.
Yeah.
I think ZSS beats Steve. I think Aegis is probably the only problem, but she does pretty well against the rest of Fire Pass 2. Maybe Sora, I'm not sure about that one. But also, that's just Command.
Sora could be weird, yeah. The other one that, like, I feel like maybe is Sephiroth. I have to see it, though.
I feel like she would farm Seth.
That'd be interesting.
I feel like it's either she farms him or she has the hardest time getting in on him. But, I don't know. Tweak has never gone Sephiroth against Mars, so...
True. I mean, for good
maybe
reason.
That's why. Yeah, I was about to say, maybe that's why. We'd have to ask him one day.
Bro, get him on the podcast.
Just to ask him that.
Just to ask him that.
Hey, we got one question real quick.
Yo, what's the Sep CSS matchup? All right, thanks, man.
Bro, phone him in real quick.
Let's just book a Medify session, a 10-minute session.
Medify? All right, I think we're about ready. I think those were all the big events that happened this weekend. If we missed one,
Yep.
sorry. But we're ready to move on to what's happening this weekend because we got a couple C tiers, but we're mainly going to stay on the bigger ones. We have Cirque du CFL coming in at a B plus tier, and we have Deltafied coming in at a super major S plus tier. So we'll talk about that one after. Really quick, I want to talk about Cirque du CFL. Who y'all got winning that?
Dude, okay, let me look over the attendees one more time real quick. I have a player in mind right now, but let me just make sure that I'm not tripping.
I'm looking at the attendee list right now.
Okay, I feel like there's one guy that I feel like he's got it. Okay.
Yeah.
We shall say it
This
on
is the
three.
player.
I'll
This
say
is
it
the
on
player.
three.
Okay. On 3? Okay. Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Udace.
You.
Right.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we've
Light.
got 2 prophets in the building.
That's what I'm saying.
I think light mute. I mean, those are probably the top 2 seeds, right? I feel like.
Well,
I
'cause
wouldn't be
we
surprised if
got
the
the
buzz.
buzz.
Yeah.
The Buzz.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. Or Zomba,
Zomba
honestly.
as well.
Yeah. Okay, maybe not.
Okay, here's my thing. Zomba, I feel like lights in his head now, bro. Got the shine dub on him.
You think so?
He's in there, bro. He's in there.
I don't know.
He's
All I
got
know
him.
is that Zomba just posted a matchup chart and he has Foxen winning. So he thinks Rob beats Fox. That gives me more confidence towards Zomba in that matchup.
Okay. He's coming out here. He took the L and he's still confident in it.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, that says a lot.
Maybe he'll
Says
play
a lot.
Link too. I need Zomba to
Link.
play Lucina or Link, and he will be the best player in the world. I swear, for like at least for Game and Watch, it's just not worth it. Dude,
He beat Meister with Lucina one time, didn't he?
but then he just
I think
stopped.
he did.
And then he
Yeah.
just stopped doing it. At SmashCon,
probably
he
like-
0 to death Mia twice in 2 separate games and still lost them because that matchup is like minus 80. And then also, I just want to see the Link is the real reason.
Yeah,
Got the
I think Mute takes this. Obviously it's going to depend on bracket, right? Like we can't see that unfortunately yet. I almost want to say DeBuzz, but I think it'll be one of those 2 players. I think Mute or DeBuzz. Because I mean DeBuzz has just been ever since he made that trip to Japan, he's just been popping off. Like
Incredible.
even if he doesn't win events, he's like consistently placing high at them. So I think DeBuzz is that kind of guy that like has the potential to beat anybody on any given day. It's just a matter of if it's going to happen or not, you know. But I think
Yeah.
he's proven that he can beat pretty much anybody.
I think if the Buzz doesn't run into Light, he probably wins, right?
He's my number 2 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like I got him coming second. I got respect for Mudace. Mudace, he don't show up in Florida so much. Okay, ever since he moved out of Florida, he don't usually show up to Florida tournaments. Okay, I've seen him take some L's that he probably shouldn't have taken. So he's coming in at a hot 4th place. That's where I'm expecting him to come.
4th.
Good old 4th place.
For Mudace, I always predict like he either gets like 33rd or he wins. There's no in between.
I was about to say he's going to get first or not make top 8.
Yeah,
it's going to be one or the other.
That's my guess.
For sure.
And he might have to make a 10-set losers run to do it.
I think Mudace picking up Palutena is one of the smartest like character pickups.
Oh,
I've
his
seen
Palu's
so
crazy.
long. Like he's had the Palu for a while. Just wasn't using it, and it's so smart that he finally
that's like I feel like that's his kind of warm-up character. Speaking from experience, I had to play against him at LTC round 2 round 2 of my pools. And he just went Palu against me, and I mean he goes to locals here. He plays like a lot of Palu just against people in general. So I think he's definitely proficient with the character, and he's not really afraid to use Palu in bad matchups.
It's just so much easier on the hands and also probably the mind. You're playing Peach to
100%.
Palu.
And
his movement is just crazy with that character. Like it's impossible to kill him.
He's an incredibly smart player. So being able to simplify the game down a little bit more for him and just makes things a lot easier. You know what I mean? And Palutena, she's just got winning buttons that she can just throw out and just get you good situations. You know what I mean?
What an understatement. That character has buttons. And then before we do move on to the next event, who do you guys think is going to pop off? Who's the hidden gem at this event that you think is going to do really well?
Okay. For me personally, I gotta say, Dude, I want to say Chunky Kong, bro. Chunky Kong always seems to come into these events.
I picked him for my
He
last
just
event to pop off.
randomly just pops off and gets like a ninth
Yeah.
or something. I think Riku has a really good chance of doing well if this is a Steve legal tournament. Kobe as well, obviously the previous champion from the last Cirque du CFL took it over. Zamba and Cola at that event. So that was really impressive. I want to see him come back in and top 8. If he could win it again, bro, back to back, shouts to Kobe. Shouts to Kobe. But
Imagine.
I want to see a top 8 at least.
I've got a different pick actually.
You
Okay.
got.
I got Beast Mode Paul.
Ooh, that was one of
That's
my.
a good
I
one.
was thinking about.
Yep.
That's a good choice.
I mean, recent placing of 65th out of 2,600 entries at SmashCon. I forgot who he beat. I don't remember if it was at SmashCon or CEO. It was one of those two events, but he beat somebody like really good. Hero's just one of those characters, you know, like we don't really see Hero, and when we do see Hero, like it's kind of like, what is this character? Like, you know, it's
I hate
I don't
that
know.
character.
It's
Hashtag ban hero.
actually did he beat Mute at CEO? What would be? Let me see.
He beat.
I remember him
He
beating
beat
somebody.
Jake. He beat Regalo. He beat Hungry Box. Is probably what you're thinking of.
It was that. This was at SmashCon. I don't remember who he had beat, but I don't know why, but I vividly remember him beating somebody like really good.
He beat
I don't
Mudace
remember
at Gateway Legends and Icy Mist. Damn.
Okay. Yeah, that might be where it was at. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's possible. I expect a top 8 here.
Speaking of heroes, shouts to Aka at he got 9th at Sumabato. I forgot to mention that.
Hey,
But
there we go.
my pick to pop off is gonna be Jen because I forgot to mention him when we were talking about really good Palus. Jen is so good at this game, and he just doesn't go to stuff.
Yeah.
He's been my favorite Palu. When Ultimate first came out, I would watch his VODs all the time, bro. From Xeno and whatnot. Dude is
That's a
insane at the
classic
game.
pick.
I believe he got, what was it, 9th last year at Let's Make Moves Miami.
He got 9th this year at Let's Make Big Moves, I'm pretty sure.
Did he get 9th there as well? I feel like he also
got
got 9th
9th
at
at
Miami.
both.
Yeah,
He's just
no,
the GOAT.
he lost game 5 to Akala. It was like a really
Yeah,
good set.
super
I
close
remember
set.
that.
He lost to Riddles
Yeah.
at both events, by the way. That's tough.
He needs to get that matchup advice from Chase, bro.
Dude, Chase is unreal.
Oh
at
yeah,
that
Chase
matchup.
is crazy.
Chase is OD.
And then also, I want to shout out Aaron as well. He's been.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh
Aaron
yeah,
Lopez.
no, shots. He's somebody that you can never sleep on. You know what I mean?
I could see him winning, honestly.
He can, yeah. He's really
He's
like
beaten Mute, even though we don't talk about the grand finals. He's beaten Light. I don't know if he's beaten the Buzz. I'll look that up. But he's taken out some of the people that he'll have to meet in the grand finals. He just needs to close in the grand finals.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing is if he can close it out. Also, I see Omega's going to this event. I'm sure he's going to do pretty well.
He did really well. Riptide got 3rd there, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get to watch any of it, but I heard a lot of people being like,
Yeah.
this is peak Joker right here. Like,
his Joker's sit.
He's got his mwah. Okay, so Aaron and the Buzz have only played one time at SmashCon offline. It was game 5, so I think he can do it.
There we go. Here we go.
Actually, Aaron did beat him at Juicebox. So.
Oh, stop playing. Aaron's been practicing the Cloud as well, so maybe he busts out the Cloud against DeBuzz. Definitely matches into Rosalina better than Diddy Kong does.
Yeah.
Because that matchup's not good.
What do you guys think of Rosa? Because I think that character is dog, and I think the Buzz is really good.
Yeah, I don't.
She's like on the brink of being good. You know what I mean? Like she's good enough for DeBuzz to get good results with her. But I'm with you. I don't think she's.
I kind of feel the same way. Like for me, I was really big into Smash 4, so it's kind of hard for me to erase the idea that like Rosalina is not good at this game. You know what I mean? So I think in my head, I think she's a little bit better than she actually is. But yeah, DeBuzz is just crazy.
when Smash Ultimate got announced, I prayed every night that Rosalina and Sonic would get nerfed, and they only
Well, you
they
got
got
one wish.
Rosalina, man.
They listen
They
to one
got
of your prayers.
Rosalina, man.
Maybe they'll get him next
When
season.
Ultimate dropped, bro, everybody, Sonic so bad, Sonic low tier. I don't know anybody around my area who plays Sonic. I'm like, bet Sonic sucks, dude. It's over. They got Rosa and Sonic. Let's go.
Did,
And now
did
I
they buff
gotta.
Sonic, or did people just figure it out?
No, Sonic's never been touched. People just figured it out.
Yeah.
They were people just thought he was bad initially because he didn't have the spin dash shield cancel anymore.
Yeah.
So they're like, how do you play neutral with him, bro? I can't spam spin dash. It's like you can, you just run past him now. Or
that was
just
the
jump.
original Steve minecart. I'll spin dash because it's strong.
I'll spin
I think Ultimate's meta has just kind of like gotten more lame over the years, and so like
Yeah.
Sonic players were just like, "Hey, what am I doing? I can just like, you know,
lame
if
him
you're
out,
doing it,
bro.
hey, I can do it better," you know.
Yeah,
The natural
Sonic's used to have like a more aggro style. He didn't used to time people out unless he
Yeah.
needed to. But bro figured out the formula, and now everybody's been copying it.
He still has the aggro though. He still has it, but he just
That's
doesn't.
gotta be the next video. Sonic's is the Steph Curry of Smash Bros. Change the game, okay? Change the game.
Revolution, a cultural reset after Sonic's touched the game.
Revolutionize the Smash Bros. That shit would be crazy, bro.
All right, let's move on to our final event of the podcast, which is going to be the Super Major of the Weekend, Delta 5. So basically, this is all of Japan, and I'm not over-exaggerating there. I think the only like super good Japanese player we're missing is Proto Bonham. Like I'm pretty sure ZAZARA is going, and versus Sonics. So who y'all got?
There we go. Dang, that's crazy. That's a stacked lineup right there. So
stacked.
I'm always gonna be going for my boy AIM. I want to see AIM make top 8, preferably win, if he could.
I think that's.
I doubt it.
So that'd be so sick.
That would be so sick, man. AIM, he's him. He's been him. People might not know, bro was about to be top player in Smash 4. Like right before the game ended, he won like the last major in Japan in Smash 4. And then Ultimate dropped, and it took him a second, but he's back up there. So I got AIM as my underrated guy for this tournament.
AIM best Sheik in the wood, right?
Best Sheik.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
Like Mr. R's good. Rocks maybe, but it's just hard to tell with Rocks. Anything.
Yeah, Rocks don't go to it, and he plays too many other characters. Like he would swap out of bad matchups for Sheik. You know what I mean? He's definitely nice with her, but you got to give respect to the people who solo her.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Void has a Spargo win, so I go Void.
True.
If I'm Void outside of like Aaron or Hungry Box, that's definitely the player I would have wanted to go up against at that tournament.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, so my underrated pick for this event, I believe this player will make top 8, potentially even higher than that. I want to see Toriguri pop off with Banjo. I think the banjo play is crazy. This is a character that I love to play. I know people think Banjo's lame, but I think high level Banjo is something that you don't really see. You only see a couple examples of that, and I think it's so interesting to watch. Because Banjo doesn't have a lot of the tools that other characters have, so it kind of forces you to play in a certain play style. But just all the different grenade stuff, all the different Brigo Blaster things. I think it's a really interesting character to watch, and very underrepresented. I can't talk. So I really want to see them pop off for sure.
My pick for underrated has got to be Hurt. That guy is so good. It's literally like Shogun retired, and Hurt was like, okay, I'll just steal all of his stuff and then do the new stuff too. And it's like, oh, he's just the best player in the world. He is incredible. He just needs to do it at the major, because him at the regionals, bro.
He'd be cracked.
So,
I want to see. We got 2 international players going over. We got Ludo and we got Kanaji. If I'm not mistaken, Kanaji's the cracked snake from Australia.
Snake and Shulk.
And Shulk,
which is like
and
what
then
a combo.
That's a good combo right there. And then we got Ludo from the U.S. Top Mario and Falco player right there. I
think
really want to see
H4 going. I assume he is. He's not registered though. But I don't.
Yeah, he's not on this list. I would assume he is because I know Ludo and H4 are buddies. They're both from Washington, so I'm assuming that's why Ludo's out there.
Yeah.
So I would guess that H4 is going.
Hopefully, that guy is
Pretty cool.
crazy.
Yeah, get some American representation going up in it.
God knows we need it.
He's gonna win.
We don't need any busters out there either, bro. We need some real hitters going out there.
I mean, those are some good invaders, but the main invader, it's Sonics. How y'all think he's gonna do? Editing proof block here. Never mind. So instead of talking about Sonics, I'll just ask you all to sub. Thank you. I was just gonna shout out Abadongo. I want him to do well.
Yes.
Abadongo.
Abba the GOAT.
Facts.
Cola. I don't know if it was their last time they matched up, but one of the last times they played, Ken beat him with Sonic and Sonic Steve.
Yeah, that was at Meisuma 11. It was the one Mia won. I'll look it up. But that is true.
Yeah.
It's again. I think it's it could be Steve's worst matchup. I still think it's Cloud, but Spargo's on Twitter saying that matchup is even. So I don't even know what to think anymore. Yeah, that was the last time they played. So I mean, it was 7 months ago. So I assume he's been grinding it. But also, no offense to Ken, but Sonics is literally peak Sonic. Like, he does everything with that character perfectly.
Sonics wasn't getting hit by that roll-in combo from Gluttony, bruh. That clock was going to 0, and he was winning. he wasn't getting hit by that baloney.
That's for sure. Oh god, that brought up memories. Where were you when that set happened?
Oh my gosh.
All right, do we have any other final players we want to shout out for Delta 5 before we do move on?
Delta 5, let me look over this player list real quick.
I'll give a shout to Huto.
The Wario player?
Wario Falcon K-Roll.
There we go. That's a crazy lineup right there.
Yeah, right.
Give a shout out to
Kept.
Kept.
Love Villager
He's
gameplay.
been out here for a while. Yeah.
Facts.
I said AIM before, obviously. I'd love to see Jogaboo bounce back from his performance out in Europe at Terra. I believe he got 25th as the 7th seed or the 8th seed. So would like to see him bounce back from that and then really pop off.
Is he here? Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he just wasn't on the page I was looking at. All right. I think,
cool.
You know what? I think that was a good summary of Delta 5. And now we have something that I don't really know how to explain it super well. So, JAZARA, if you can take it away, the JV grid.
Okay, I will share my screen, actually,
right.
for y'all. We will do JV grid. Can you guys see it?
I can.
Okay. So, essentially, how this works is you're given 6 prompts in total. 3 are going to be on the top. 3 are going to be on the side. Essentially, these are different, we'll say categories for stuff, right? And there are different answers that can go up inside of here. So, for example, we have a player that was at Battle of BC5. Also, mains or secondaries, a character that first appeared on a Game Boy or Game Boy Color game. So, we would go right here. Let's say, I don't even know. We'll say MK Leo. I know that's not right, but we'll say MK Leo, right? Say MK Leo is the most guessed person. We'll get a score right here that'll have the percentage of what people picked. So let's say 50% of the people picked MK Leo. We'd get 50%. The goal of it is to get more obscure players. So if there's, 100 players that could be here and we get the least guessed person, we'll get more points for it. You get 9 guesses, so any mishaps are going to, you're just going to have a missing box, lower score. We're not going to be looking anything up. This is all going to be off the top of our heads. We're not even going to look at rankings or anything like that. So if we don't know, we're just going to have to guess. We're going to have to figure something out, put our minds together. But I feel like the 3 of us got this. I feel like we go and get the best score every Tuesday.
Yeah, we own this. We own this website. Now, let's start off. I don't know what characters came out on the Game Boy Color. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Pokemon. That's my first.
I was about to say, yeah.
Right there.
Pokemon.
So we're talking PT, Pikachu, Mewtwo, I believe are
and Puff.
And Puff, yeah.
What was that? Base Mage, Shiny Mark.
H-Box was there?
PT player.
H-Box was there.
I'm thinking, okay, H-Box, that's not a bad pick.
Yeah,
I'm
I feel like
thinking
people would-
Soar.
Soar.
I feel like that might be
Soar's
a
a
player
good
that
pick.
a lot of people might not pick, just because they think of him for his
For
Steve,
the Steve
or
and the
maybe his
Seth.
Meta Knight. But
Right.
He plays like 40 characters.
yeah, he plays so many characters. I don't think that this is limited to people like that are ranked. I believe that this could be anybody. Though I've had issues finding a couple of players on here, so we'll keep that in mind.
Well, I'm down to lock in Soar, honestly. I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, I think that's a solid pick.
Okay. 3.36%. That's a good one right there.
Good.
Okay.
So just as an example, generally the top players will have anywhere from 15 to 35% on them. So getting something like this is really good for us. We'll go left to right?
Yeah.
So we got a player that is from Oceania, Southeast Asia, or non-Japan, East Asia. That mains or secondaries a Game Boy Color character. The first player that comes to my mind is Fried Rice.
That was mine too.
Okay.
I've got
so
nobody
you-
coming to my mind, so
Okay,
I'm
for
good with
sure.
that.
Yeah,
If you guys are.
kind of an obscure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
um,
like what Oceania players I know off the top of my head.
And I'm trying to think of Game Boy Color games right now too. Like,
I mean, yeah, there's like okay, because this says what Game Boy or Game Boy Color.
yeah.
So okay, so obviously Pokemon. Didn't the original? I want to say the original Wario Land was on Game Boy. Technically, right? I could be wrong. I just remember playing Wario on an
Okay.
If it is, we
OG
could go
Game
with
Boy.
Didi. Wait, is Didi Wario?
Didi?
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't fit for Oceania.
No, not
Southeast,
Didi
or-
the Steve. Didi the Wario. player.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like two
okay,
Ds,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it is.
Nice
Kazuya?
I
Switched
guess
up.
so
Switched up.
now.
Tekka was on the Game Boy Color, no?
I think it's mains or secondary. So as long as it pops up in his Smash data, it would count.
Well,
We
can come back
Do
to
you want to lock it in? Okay, for sure.
We
Yeah,
can
that's
come
good
back
for now.
So we have mains or secondaries a character that appears on the Game Boy or Game Boy Color, and then also mains or secondaries a character that appeared on the Nintendo Wii, Wii U, or Switch. What other characters are there? I guess Inkling as well would
Inkling's
count
a good pick.
under that.
Oh, we could go Cosmos. Because he's got the Pikachu, technically.
True. Do you think that would be a high pick?
I don't think people would think of Cosmos for Pikachu.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's lock in Cosmos then. Let's get it.
See what happens. Maybe he won't even be listed because he doesn't play Pikachu.
For real.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, he didn't even get listed. Dang.
Oh, the
It
pain.
was worth it. It was
That's
worth
alright.
a shot.
We didn't need those points.
Yeah, no, we got it. We got it. Okay, so mains or secondaries a character that first appeared on Action Hard or Arcade or Hardware rather.
Okay, this is where the tech can come into
JDB.
play.
But I feel like people will know JDB.
Oh,
because
JDB,
his
yeah,
run was
Pac-Man,
really
right?
good. Yeah.
ADV. We could pick if we want a more obscure player, we could pick like Rocky.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Was
he's a
Kiwi
Pac-Man
at
player.
Battle of BC?
Oh, I actually don't even know if Rocky was at Battle of BC. Was Kiwi at Battle of
Just name
BC?
Pac-Man players.
Our favorite Pac-Man players.
For real. Start naming them off real quick.
I mean, hey, let's throw T in there. You got the
Team, I go.
Kazuya and the Pac-Man. Look at that.
That's true, actually. Double points.
We could also go with like a Ken or a Ryu main. That'd be a good pick. Or even like Terry main. I mean, obvious pick would be
Yeah.
someone like Riddles, right? But
Maybe like who else, dude? My mind's slipping on who is at Battle of BC now, dude.
I think we should just lock in JDV because I can't remember who entered that
JDV.
tournament.
Bet. JDV. Okay.
That's
a little bit of a higher percentage pick, but it ain't too bad. But it ain't too
Respectable.
bad.
It's respectable 16%.
Yeah. So we got mains or secondaries a character on Arcade and is from Oceania, Southeast Asia, or non.
I'm gonna be honest. This entire middle column is chalk for me. I can't think of anybody.
Okay, for sure. I'm trying to think back. I mean, maybe we could use Didi for
Yeah,
this
that's
one.
what I was thinking. I was like, let's just pick Didi.
Okay, yeah.
Sounds good to me. Sweet.
Pretty good, pretty good. As long as it's not like in the 20s, it's all right. It's our first time, or it's my first time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Y'all are warming up to this. We're getting our minds going for this.
Just learning.
So, they have to co-main an arcade hardware character and then a Nintendo Wii U, or Switch.
Are there any Rosalina mains? Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna stop right there. Actually, there's only one Rosalina main in the world, but
If we don't feel confident about another one, we can always try again on the one that we missed. If we think we can
I think
get,
top
like,
right is guaranteed points. We just
That's
need to
true.
figure out who we want to
yeah,
get.
if we figure it out. So we got mains or secondaries, a character that first appeared on the SNES and was at Battle of BC5.
So we can be safe and go with Yoshidora, or we can take the gamble that Burst was there. Go with Burst.
I think Burst was there.
Let's rip it. He's Canadian. He
Canadian.
had to be.
Motherfucker, come on, Burst, what
Come
are you
on.
doing?
Oh, biggest event of Canada ever, and not even gonna show up.
SM8.
All right, I'm giving up.
I
I
think
put
that-
ESAM in the top right.
Yeah,
I
that's the
feel good
safe
for
pick.
it. Yeah, 56. All right.
We'll take it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Do we want to try Yoshidora bottom left?
Yeah.
He was at Battle of BC, right?
We
Didn't
can rip
he? I
He
forgot what
was.
this
You got top
guy.
eight. You got 7.
That's right. That's my best
What,
guess.
what percentage we guessing on this one?
I'm gonna say that's 45.
I'm gonna say 62.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Little lower. Okay, we
Yeah,
cooking.
okay.
We cooking.
Okay, we're kind of farming.
Take it.
Just gotta like. Why is everybody a one trick, bro? Why is everybody a one trick?
Let's just put
Y'all
Riziasu for the bottom right. It'll probably work out.
Just like blinking out. Right
Yeah.
now. I can't think of anybody.
Come on, Riziasu. Come on. Ah!
No.
Wait,
I feel like
wait, we can put Ben Gold.
Who else does he use?
He plays K-Rool for SNES. We can put him in the middle.
Oh shit!
No!
What do you mean?
Oh!
They got Benny.
They got Benny and the
and the
Jets.
Jets.
Benny and the
but
Jets,
how about
hey.
Got some Benny, bro. But fuck.
I'm down for Aaron bottom right. We just
Fuck
move
it.
on. Move on from this misery.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
we
we
hit
got
on
it.
it. Though.
Hey, we got
Ooh.
8 on Aaron though. Oh wait, no.
That's
there's
how
possible
many
answers. Oh.
possibilities. So we got a cumulative of 415 altogether.
okay.
We'll check his percentage real quick. But the ones that we missed were had a good amount of answers. We hit on the ones that didn't really have that many answers.
Yeah.
We're more than a
Aaron
niche.
was
We're a niche.
Aaron was the main choice
Damn.
on this one. Yeah. Same with ESAM. You know what? We got some
Yeah.
pretty good picks.
Our
We
first
got
score
some-
was the best.
Hey, if you
Yeah,
scored, if you scored better than us, leave a comment down below. And if you didn't, don't tell us because that's embarrassing.
Yeah, no, for real. The three of us just spent like 30 minutes on that.
That was so
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
I got my pick for player this week.
Rip it.
My player this week, little bit generic, but I'm picking Karama. Here's why, okay? Karama right now, working with the French esports organization, Carmine. He's really helping bridging the gap between the international scenes, okay? Between the American and the French scene. The French scene is growing so big right now, and they seem to actually care about esports over there, because I don't know if they just don't care about money or what, but it's working out for them. So I don't know, but Karama's really out here, man. Repping the U.S. for us, putting on for us, and I'm hoping that him being out there, getting some more French tournaments is gonna start helping bring more U.S. players out to Europe to come out to their events, because it ain't fair that they all gotta travel out to our tournaments for stuff to count. You know what I mean?
Amen. You got one yet, or I can go?
You can go ahead.
All right, my player of the week is going to be Kananabe. I got 7th place at Sumabato. Was able to take sets off players like Senra, who's beaten Akala, Showers, and then he had 2 really competitive sets, Game 5 versus both Mia and Ozimo, and those matchups are impossible for Fox. Like, super unwinnable. He also beat Yara and Aka, and Karage as well. So, really good run from Kananabe. I feel like a lot of the Fox players don't get enough credit just because Light exists. But he's really, really good. Someone that you definitely got to look out for. So, big ups to Kananabe.
For me, I still don't have a clear idea, but I'm gonna roll with Gluto because I think Gluto has been on an impressive hot streak as of late. All the big events he's been going to, he's been doing, crazy well. He's sticking with the Wario. There's no other character, that he really uses at all, and he's kind of the only one like piloting Wario at that high level. So I think it's just impressive to see him do it on not even just multiple countries, multiple continents. He's over here in North America. He's over here in Europe. He's doing it everywhere, and I think that's
For
going to
real.
continue.
All right.
That's my favorite player right now, Gluttony. So
That's a
I'm
fair
glad
choice.
I'm glad you picked him.
Yeah.
I think that wraps it up. The first episode of the Gentleman's Smash podcast. The first.
We never even
episode.
said the name. We
We
never
did
even
it?
introduced
Our name is Gentleman's Smash Podcast because it's GSP. Get it?
the GSP.
GSP, baby.
Work in progress.
Thank you all for watching. Things will get better. This is the first episode of many to come. If you guys have anything you want to shout out, I do right now.
Just subscribe to Proof. More pods coming. Be sure to follow Imar and I. Our stuff's gonna be down in the description down below. We're have a lot of sick stuff coming. If you guys got suggestions for how we can make this better, where we can improve on, topics you want us to talk about, even guests that you want us to get on, we're planning on having different guests come onto the show. So if y'all got anybody that you want to come on, just let us know.
Yep. Definitely well said, and again, if you guys have any ideas, anything you want to see from us, whether you're familiar with one of us, all three of us, we're all passionate about Smash, all love making videos and things like that. So I'm always down to, work on new videos and things like that and just kind of see where this podcast grows to. So I'm very excited for the future, and I hope everybody else is too.
Yeah.
And if you don't know any of us and you just sat through an hour of us talking, you're a real one.
Yeah, you're a trooper.
Stick around. You can get so much more of us talking. There's so much more of that to come.
Hours of content that we have put together.
Hours.
All right. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
All right. Should we do we need to do an audio sync? On 3. 1. Okay.